Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are out here in the great wide open. We bought a little piece of land that's already ready to harvest, but the only thing we have to our name is a couple of shekels in the truck behind us. Let's see if we can make it work. Well guys, it's a pretty solemn morning out here on the farm. It's about 7 a.m. beginning of November. Gorgeous this morning, but as you can see, it's been a couple of weeks since everything burned down. The county came out. They got fences around the properties. Everything is flooded. The fire trucks and the helicopters dumping water. Everything is flooded. It's just a mess out here. I mean, the lumber mill was our chief source of constant income, and it's gone. It's a real tragedy. Nobody was hurt, so very, very thankful nobody was hurt. But we got a lot of farm damage. Our truck is completely gone. The truck is gone. A little bit of dings and dents in the tractor. The house has damage. The field has damage. Let me show you something. Look, see, it's got holes everywhere where debris was just falling and hitting. Just real rough. Like I said, the truck is gone. They took it out of here about a week or so ago. The tractor, they just don't build them like they used to, man. It is strong. It endured. The truck was the only piece of equipment we lost. Some damage on the house. This just something hit over here and it just caught fire, burnt this whole thing up, which is what damaged the back of the house and everything. And I mean, like I said, a very, very, very solemn day. So we're gonna have to maybe do some contracts today. We should have an insurance claim coming, but I just don't know how soon we're gonna get it. So that's kind of where we're at starting November. So the first thing I want to do is I really want to get in here real quick, and I really want to see. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. You can see the condition of the Massey Ferguson's at 0%. Like I told you, it took a pummeling. It got beat up pretty well. So we really need to get that repaired. But the truck is gone. Damage to the field, damage to the house. Very, very sad. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. But that's kind of where we're kicking things off with. Now we've kind of been, kind of house ridden. If I'm being honest with you, we haven't really been able to drive the Massey because they had to come out and do the insurance claim about a week to 10 days ago. So this is our first time really firing it up, and man, it doesn't want to start. Okay, now we got it going. I talked to the mechanic in town, kind of explained to him what was going on. And he said he'd give us a really good deal. He said somewhere between about $2,000 and $3,000 to button her up for us. But that's sight unseen. I had to just explain to him what had happened. I mean, obviously, like everyone in the county's aware of what happened with the co-op and with the lumber mill. But we got to get it in there so he can actually assess it. So we're driving over there now. Fortunately, the only damage there was total was the co-op, the lumber mill, and the damage that we had. Now, my understanding is that there's a dealership up here in town, and I'll show it to you when we get up there. It'll be on the left. That is really going to be. They built it for a dealership that didn't end up moving to the town, so the co-op is actually going to take that building over. And so they should be up and running, fairly soon. Like I said, it was supposed to be a dealership. I think it was supposed to be a John Deere dealership. John Deere pulled out of the deal. It's this building right here on the left, this big one. They're still putting the parking lot and everything in it. The building's brand new. So right there on the left, that kind of tan building, I believe is going to be the new co-op. But we're going to have to do something with the lumber mill. And that might be building one of our own. But let's stop in here real quick and see what the mechanic says. He said 2 to 3 on the phone, but let's just kind of see. We'll get this shut off. Go in here and talk to the guys real quick. Gentlemen, Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What are you guys thinking? Yep. That's in bad shape, I know. Yep. 2400? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm happy with 2400 if we can keep it running. Sure. Yeah. No, I think we can make that work. Alrighty, you guys get her fixed up for me. Thank you. No, thank you. This is my livelihood right now and my only way around. I appreciate it. So we're looking better. We're looking a lot better, guys. Man, just going in here and just seeing if there's anything we want to upgrade. Looks like we got this Massey Ferguson pretty much maxed out already, and that's good. So man, just so bad that we're just stuck with just the tractor right now. That it's just such a big loss for us. But hopefully the insurance will make it right. In any case, gonna go ahead and call it right here. Thank you very much, gentlemen. So we're good with that. So about 2,500 bucks, just shy, and we got that fixed. I think we're gonna run into the grocery store real quick and grab some groceries while we're right here, and I'll be right back with you. All right. So while I was in the grocery store, I was talking to one of the cashiers, and she said there's a gentleman right down this drive over here where all these houses are. He has a GMC truck for sale. Now, she didn't say what it was. She just said it's relatively new. I guess he bought it, and for whatever reason, something happened with medically or something, and he's no longer able to drive. So he hasn't had it all that long. It's relatively new, so I know it's going to be expensive. I just don't know if we can get it for the money that he wants. She was saying that he thought he might be wanting to take about 40 for it. We can't spend $40,000. We don't know when we're getting paid out for the insurance. We don't know what kind of contracts we're going to be able to come across to keep us moving. I really don't want to spend more than about 35 grand right now because we still got to get through winter, and I see it's right up here on the right. So we'll go ahead and pull up over here real quick. Looks like it might be a Canyon. Sure enough, Silver Canyon. All right, he's got it running for us. Man, it's running loud too. Got that off-road. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing. Oh, what an absolutely gorgeous truck. No way we can afford this, guys. There's no way we can afford an AT4X Canyon. You know what, just for the heck of it though, let's step inside it, take a look around. Man, this is a nice ride, guys. Look at this. Oh my goodness, would you look at this? Oh, it's so gorgeous. So pretty. No way we can afford this, guys. There's just no way. But we know what? We'll tell the guy the most we can pay and see what happens. Maybe we get lucky. That insurance check should be coming in any day, but I really don't want to spend the money until we have a date that we're getting the money. And that should be today or tomorrow. I just don't know 100% when. Well, guys, no surprise there. Good old boy. I think his name is Larry. Yeah, he bought this thing and then he just ended up getting sick. So he still owes a little bit of cash on it. He's wanting to be right about 40, and I don't feel good about dropping ourselves down that low right now. So I told Larry that if he can get down around 30, 35 to let me know. But that depending on how the insurance goes our way, like I said, we really don't know yet how much money we're getting. Yeah, I told him, like, if he can come down a little bit, let me know. But for right now, I just got to pass on it. So that's a little unfortunate. But that's where we're at right now. So we're gonna head back home and see if we can't get a contract. There's a couple of guys that were talking this morning in the grocery store about needing some work. And so if we can get some small contracts, I think that's going to be our key to success right now, keeping ourselves afloat. Without that lumber mill right there, and that constant source of income, because we own quite a bit of trees. That's always an outlet that we can use, but when the lumber mill's gone, there's just no place to get the trees to. We can cut them up and leave them there, but I really don't want to put them on the ground where we have a better chance of the weather and the bugs and stuff, tearing them up and eroding them. really running down that value before we know when we can take them and get them sold. So we're gonna jump in and take a look at some contracts. I got them on my phone right here. Let's see what's in here. Really don't want to do deadwood contracts because I don't really want to lease material. Now there's a fertilizing contract. It's not a ton of money. It's only about $760, but I have everything. I don't have to lease equipment for this. So I think that's the way we're going to go. And it's just right up the road, right there in front of the co-op. Or sorry, not the co-op, the farmer's market. So let me come over here, make sure that we have seed in the seeder. I'm so silly. Make sure we have fertilizer in the fertilizer spreader. There we go. Not looking too bad. So I think we're going to go up and see if we can't knock this contract out. And that way it keeps a little bit of money. It's not a ton of money. It's not a ton of money. I know that. But $760 is $760 in a time where we are months away from our field being ready. And there's just nowhere to take lumber right now, so I can't just cut logs and bide my time. So we're gonna sneak in here and grab this, and then we're gonna see if we can't make a little bit of money today. Maybe do 1 or 2 contracts, and really kind of take advantage of the fact that the work is out there, and that's better than going to work for somebody else. So we're going to just drive up here and see if we can't knock this contract out real quick. Then this should be fairly simple. Like, this is not a very big field. This is not a very, very big field. Like I said, I didn't even top off the fertilizer because the field's just not big enough. We should be able to cover this in just a couple of passes. Let me just check. It's not this one. It's the one next to it. This is 4. We're going to 3. Okay, so we got to just run up here. I see it right there in the distance. I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. However, this field 4, this I think it's like sugar beet, it is looking like it's almost ready, and I just drove over it. So we might be able to get a contract for that down the line too and harvest that, and that might be a nice little payday. But this should be maybe 3 passes and done. Yeah, $760, maybe 3 passes and done. About 20 minutes worth of work and almost $800. So you can't really beat it. So we're gonna go ahead and get this all set up, going through my screens here just to make sure that I have all my proper readouts. Make sure everything's calibrated to where it needs to be since I was using the roller last. And okay, we should be able to take off. And there we go. All right. But yeah, just guys, I'm still reeling. You know, I'm still reeling. We just bought this place. We started to get established. We started to make some money between our first harvest and what we were making on wood. We know we were really starting to gain some ground financially. And you know, with $1,700 a month, you know, that we owe. I mean, I know that's a relatively small amount of money, but our only income is the farm. You know, we don't have a day job. So the fact that we have this payment on the tractor, on the cultivator, on the roller, and then like that, you know, about a month ago, just like that, you know, everything went up in smoke. I mean, that's not even a pun. Like, that's literally what happened. It all went up in smoke. And so we can't lean on the wood. You know, initially when we moved in, that's where I was really leaning. I was like, you know, if we can't make money, a ton of money, you know, in the first year with the farm, we should be able to make it off just cutting wood. And in cutting wood, we'll expand the fields, and we should be able to float for a couple of years and have the wood kind of supplement our income as long as we can keep our expenses down. And guys, we did everything right. You know, we kept our expenses down. We invested where we needed to invest. And there's just no way. There's no way we could have known that the co-op was going to go up like that, and the debris was going to damage not just our place, but also going to damage the lumber mill. And I mean, when you're talking about like fire raining down and all that stuff, and you got a lumber mill right there, I mean, that is just rough. That is real rough. See, going in here, let's see if we have to harvest. I'd like to make a little bit more than that. Yep, there it is. There's that sugar beet field. All right, still with Walter, and I just got to drive it across the street. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We are gonna have to lease the equipment. That's gonna bite into the profits a little bit, but I think we're gonna be okay. So that's what we're gonna do for right now. But guys, it's just rough. It is just rough. And we're just gonna have to adapt and overcome. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to adapt and overcome and just stay positive. So with that in mind, we're gonna put on a little bit of country music. We're gonna put our heads down. We're gonna stay focused. We're gonna thank the good Lord for another day here on earth, and we are gonna get this field harvested for Walter and see if we can't even earn ourselves a little bit extra income off of it, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. All right, guys, I'll see you after the cut.
Sunrise paints the window pane yellow, gold, and red. Got my boots on, coffee strong, time to get ahead. Another day of working hard out on this piece of land, with callous fingers, honest sweat, and a steady hand. Oh, the simple life, it's the one for me. Planting seeds of hope for all the world to see. From the break of dawn till the sun is low, just watching all my little sprouts begin to grow. The afternoon is warm and long, the buzzing of the bees, a gentle rhythm in the air, a whisper in the trees. Checking on the chickens and the old brown dairy cow. Wouldn't trade this dusty ground for anything right now. Yeah, watching all my little sprouts begin to grow.
Alright guys, well, we got our contract done, made a little bit of cash there, and honestly it didn't really matter because we ended up buying that trailer. It went on sale and it was one of those deals that was too good to pass up. We're gonna need it long term, you know, but it was really just too good to pass up at 34% off. So we went ahead and picked it up. It's going to be good long term. We're probably going to have it for the longevity of the farm. I can't see ever getting rid of it just because of the sheer amount that it holds. So with that in mind, we are cruising back over to the co-op now, the new co-op. And as you can see, they actually had the, I was telling you, they're pouring the new driveway and the new parking lot, and it's in now. That's where we were able to pick our trailer up there. We might have been the first ones actually to use the parking lot, the new co-op, but we did have to drop our fertilizer spreader, so we're going to go ahead and pick that up, and then we're going to head back home. And guys, I keep thinking about this truck, and I know that we can't afford it. I know that we can't afford it. I know I could probably find something on the used market, but well, dagnabbit, I'm just spoiled from having sat in it. I'm just spoiled from having sat in it, and I kind of just want it to want it. And I know that's not how we make business decisions. That's not what we're going to do. But it is motivating me to try to find other sources of income or things that we can do. And I think I have one. And, you know, I don't really want to spoil it. But I did recently find out that we are getting a pretty lump sum. We're getting about $80,000 for our insurance settlement, and they broke it down for me. We're going to get about $5,000 for crop, about $20,000 for home damage, $16,000 for the truck, $11,000 which is for the farm equipment, which is pretty good for us because it only took about $2,400 to help fix the tractor. We're going to get $8,000 in a medical payout for smoke inhalation and a hospital visit that we had. And then we're getting about $20,000 in environmental safety settlement. So hopefully with that $80,000 we can kind of put our hand in our pocket and use it for something else going to generate some income. And I got a couple ideas, but for the time being I'm going to keep those to myself. Today has been absolutely great, and I will see you on the next one. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. That way it supports the channel, keeps me bringing these things to you. I do appreciate all your viewership. God bless. Have a good day.